Okay, awesome. Let's get started. So thank you again, everyone, for joining. This session is going to be informative, sharing with you a new tool that's available that a bunch of rinks are using. Even some of you on the call are current users, which is awesome to have some people just for a little bit of a refresher. This isn't going to take up the whole hour. We're not going to be exhaustive in the information that's being shared, but just to kind of introduce you to something that's uh, innovative, that's cool, that's I can't really say brand new anymore. It's been out for about a year and it's been tested. A new version has just been deployed yesterday, so we're really excited. We already got a few rinks using it today and sharing with us their feedback, and you guys are going to get to see it firsthand, which is awesome. So let me go to the next slide. That'll work. Logbooks. How do most of you folks currently do your iStep checks? Logbooks. Um, I'm completely forgetting the word, but clipboards, going out on the ice, filling it in then on a rink diagram whiteboard near your ice resurfacer gate or in your operation room, transposing it, filling all that information in. It's a tedious job. It's a lot of work, using either a caliper or a ruler, uh, trying to accurately then decipher what anybody wrote on the rink, making sure they take the same readings over and over again from the same spot in reference to where your ice resurfacer gate is and your in-ice logos, just using a generic rink diagram, training new staff. It's a lot of work. So over the last 2 to 3 years, we figured there's got to be, as everyone says, an easier way to do it. And we started to develop a simple tool that was just an iStep trend system, where it was like a unique or just a generic inspection form with just a generic rink and a form that you just filled in all 29, 37, or 52 points by a drop down. Surprisingly, we got a lot of uptake on it, and we started to get a lot of feedback about, hey, is there some way we could get a Bluetooth caliper, which we'll show you? Is there a way that it autofills and goes to the next point, that we can have our unique diagrams that we either have by ourselves or a company provides a graphic layout of our ice sheets for multiple pads, identifying where our ice resurfacer gates are, being able to do it on a tablet, on a phone. A lot of this feedback helped us to build this tool to where it is literally today. A lot of organizations across North America and different buildings have given us a lot of great feedback, whether it's professional sports arenas, 20,000 seat arenas, practice facilities, official practice facilities, community and municipal rinks right across North America. In our first year, we now have about 150 rinks using this, and we'll show you exactly what we've been able to build together with these great partners. So this might look familiar to you. Writing it out on a whiteboard, taking the readings with a piece of paper, trying to convert fractions and decimals, and people have different ways of doing it and different points. When was the actual last time they did it? Did they do it today, last week? I don't know the date. How accurate are they actually collecting those readings? There's a lot of variances that could be taken into place, which we've tried to help mitigate that. So that turns into the system that we have today, Sub-Zero. I have to pick that up later. Right now, you can go out with a phone, with a tablet, and I'll show you a really cool demo of it. Collect all those readings instantly, press save, that all gets stored to the cloud, and then it's all accessible from a phone, from a tablet, from a smart TV, where you can then show these readings across all your sheets of ice in one spot, especially if you have multiple buildings. We've got some places where they have 4, 5, 6, 7 buildings and 10 or 15 sheets of ice. A director or a manager can toggle and see every single building or an average across all their sheets of ice, one spot instantly across all your operators, the training, the use, simple and easy. Yeah, let's get in and show you right away. So if I go here, I'll log out first off, just so you can kind of see how it works. So you have your own unique page, your own unique login. It's all on a hosted site, so it doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can pull it up. You just have to log in as long as you have an internet connection. This page here will show all of your analytics and trends, and it'll be a dashboard. On the menu, this is everything that your staff will need to do when it comes to ice operations. So flood cut logs, iStep checks, ice resurfacer circle checks, which will show you plant readings, your reports and trends, training videos, what's new, settings, sign out. Clean, organized, one spot. Let's start with the iStep checks. So if I go here, new iStep check, That's my area name. These are my asset names. So I'll go to John's Ice Rink Demo, Pad A, press start, gorgeous. So you can have your own custom layout uploaded where your ice resurfacer gate is. There's your 29 points. This version was just released yesterday. So if you see here, here it is on an iPad mini. You can do it on a phone. I can flip it the other way, whatever way you want. Your staff can use it, no problem, no issue. My caliper, all I have to do is turn it on, hold the Bluetooth button for about 2 or 3 seconds. I gotta zero it, but zero it. There we go. And set it to inches. There we go. It connects to the Bluetooth on my device. You only have to set it up one time as if it's like a Bluetooth keyboard or AirPods. All I have to do is click on the first point. It knows I'm ready to go. You can see it's all highlighted. Drill the ice, stick the caliper in the ice. I can leave the iPad at the player's bench or at the ice resurfacer gate, walk out, drill, click the button, and it sends the reading and opens the next box. So we've had a few rinks tested this morning. They are blown away by how easy it is. They walk over the next point, done. Drill, done. Some buildings are going to have one person go out and drill and the other person follow. We have rinks doing it under 10 minutes, doing a complete ice step check with just one staff member. And you can see just how quick and how easy you can do all of those points in one spot. This application can be applied to your floor variance. It can be applied to your surface temperatures. There's a lot of applications that this sort of technology can offer and provide that we're really just getting started with. And you can do all 29 points. So I'll just kind of rip through this here. When we see the reaction of people's faces when we first demo this, it's pretty cool. And we're really proud of this tool that we've been able to build. So, and again, this works on any sort of device you have, you're good to go. We got 2 or 3 rinks onboarding this morning and doing it for their first time as well. I'll just fill it all in so you guys can see a complete rink. We store the exact date and time from when you press start to when you press complete, so you can see how long it takes. You know exactly when it was done. There we go. Finished it. All 29 points. Press complete. Boom. Stored, saved to the cloud. There's all of your readings. Right away, it gives you your thickest value, your thinnest value, your average ice thickness, and your variance. This is saved to the cloud. We can go to our dashboard later, access it, pull it up, have a display mode, view it, put it on a tablet on your exam as you're going to do a flood, print a PDF, save it, store it if you want on paper, just if your inspectors want to see that or whatever. You have all the information right there. This was just released yesterday, and everyone is really excited about this new feature that we have to just streamline and make your ice step checks even simpler and even easier. Let's go back. So these are a few examples. Present mode, present. So there we go. These are some of the older versions. You can see keeping a tablet on them with their belt loop, clicking every point. You don't need that anymore. A variety of different buildings testing it out. Obviously recommendations, we would love to see everyone wearing CSA approved helmets when they're out doing this, just for everyone's safety, but a standard unified way of doing it, having it on a TV for your staff to pull up and see. Also being able to print it out if you want to have those readings accessible. A number of rinks are using this, and we're thrilled at the sort of data and trends and just the training aspect this provides for staff and having your ice be as good a sheet as possible. The end goal really is this gives your operators self-reliance. So they don't have to go and ask, well, can we get a sheet printed out? We ran out of a book. What am I supposed to do today? They log in. They see all the steps they need to do on a phone, on a tablet. They can operate the ice as they already do, but you can just sit back and look and make sure it's all done, monitor it, and they really become caretakers of the ice as opposed to just operators of the machine. This is a really cool story that was written in a local magazine or local newspaper about this tool when it was first released at a municipality in Ontario. Whether you are a mom and pop single sheet facility or a massive 20,000 professional stadium venue, the tool works the same. It functions the same. It's user-friendly for all staff. No setup required on your end. 10 minutes of training, if even. and we're getting tremendous results. And the cost, it's affordable for all buildings. That's our goal, to make sure they can get into anybody's hands. Here's a quick video of a rink in Winnipeg using this. They're a 4-sheet facility. Their guys can go out now, do all 4 sheets instantly. No book, no cart taking it around, writing stuff down, no pen, no paper. And he's doing 37 points right here. And this was our old version. With the new version that we just released yesterday, even simpler. So does your ice step checks, flood cut logs, which I'll show you in a sec, your plant readings you can fill in as well. And then we give you a bunch of trends and analytics. Here's some as an example. So if you have multiple sheets of ice, as we spoke of, you can see your ice thickness over a period of time across all those sheets of ice. If you don't have the dollars to invest in a brand new plant or building automation system, for the small cost of our tool, you can start to get some of these analytics, like your average compressor hours per day from the logs you're filling in. Roughly, we can tell you your water consumption just from your flood cuts, half tank, quarter tank, knowing the capacity size of standard machines. We can start to inference and forecast that consumption. We have one building they've been using for the last 4 months. They do about 200 cuts per month. They're at almost 800 cuts in our system, but now their water consumption, either per day or per staff member per month, the trends are phenomenal that we can show them. How they use that data, that's up to them, but we're displaying it and showing them from their hard work. Your compressor hours, current runtime hours, we know your average hours per day from filling it in, and we can forecast and inference when your next life cycle event, top end inspection, oil change, complete rebuild will be, so that you don't have to rely on your contractor, your service provider, and you can forecast, okay, 2025, 2026, 2028, we need to decide X amount of dollars for that work that needs to be done, or a complete replacement at 60,000, 100,000 hours, whatever you deem is that cutoff for you. We've gotten tons and tons of kind feedback. This here is Coachella Valley Firebirds, RJ, who was the ice plant manager there. They just had the AHL finals against the Hershey Bears there. He said the players there mentioned that was some of the best ice that they've skated on, and that's in the middle of the desert in California. They did ice step checks every single day. The sort of trends and analytics they could pull up was just phenomenal. We had the privilege to go down and visit them. We were blown away by the building, the ice, their operations, and really this tool helps any building elevate the quality of their ice and the standard of ice that they're providing, and gives everyone that level playing field. Doesn't matter if you're in Alaska, Georgia, Ontario, California, you use that same standard across all of your staff and training. We're seeing people, as an example, that have used this tool at one building and are moving to different buildings and either bringing it in or it's already there and they're starting to use it. One cool story is one of our users, he had a interview at a prestigious arena, 20,000 seat arena, a brand new team, I'd say, and he presented Sub-Zero and the tool and what he's used in the reports and the analytics. He got the job. Not saying it was just Sub-Zero, but that was an aspect of them saying, wow, he's ahead of the curve. He's using an innovative tool. The metrics he's able to show us and uses backing for his skills and his training was an element that helped him get this job and hopefully possibly bring this tool into use at that facility as well. So we're getting some tremendous stories that we're hearing of rinks using this. Here's a great example of Great Park Ice in California, 4-sheet facility, going out and using it. This is our old version, but having it up on a TV and seeing all 4 sheets of ice that they have. We've got a partnership with Jet Ice. So they're doing a study with Toronto Metropolitan University on water quality, how to build a perfect or your best sheet of ice possible. So if you sign on to use Sub-Zero and if you opt in to share your data, there you can now aggregate all of it from our system. Again, if you opt in, if you're willing to do so, and they can then compare buildings from across North America because they need that data for the study to then see, okay, what are some trends we're seeing in different regions of North America as an example. What's the temperature going into your ZAM? What's the slab temp? What's the surface temp? If you're using different tools or different technology in your buildings, love to know about it to see, is it working? How does it work? How does it compare to other facilities? And we're getting some awesome data that now they can start to use and apply in their studies. I think they did a presentation this week on some of the findings that we've gotten from Sub-Zero across some buildings to then use to support that data. So I think I have one or two things left to show, but again, we want to keep this simple, straightforward, and informative for what you're looking for. So we've been through all those items. We spoke a little bit about some other information. Someone's sending me pictures of it right now. So let me open up this here. If I go to bookmarks, we got permission from Zamboni to show this off. This is just a demo and a sample that we built, but this is where we plan on taking this. This is by no means ready and available for you to use today or tomorrow, but it's a concept to show you where this Sub-Zero tool is going to go. So bear with me as this demo loads up here, but it's a simple concept for what we're working on right now. It'd be nice if it loaded. But what we've put together is a 3D Zamboni. We're also working with Olympia as well, where all of your points for your circle check or for your grease point checklist are plotted on the Zamboni itself. Perfect. And I'll just show you here. This is just a demo. There you go. So there's your Zamboni 552 AC. Click on the first point. Again, this is just a demo. We know there's a lot more points and samples to do, but whether you have new staff, whether it's old, whether, I don't know what a vertical auger is or a board brush, they can fill it in. We can put videos, we can put attachments, documents, so they can see what they need to do, fill in all the points, walk around, go to the back of the Zamboni, fill in the additional information. Again, where this tool is going, we're very excited to see. Uploading your custom images with your own layouts, if you've got 3 or 4 different ice resurfacers or different brands, all in one spot. We are really, really excited for where this is going, and hopefully having some folks here on the call today take some interest and want to test this out at their facilities as well and see the benefits of using this. So we've got that. I'm just making sure we haven't forgotten anything. So that's good. I always know once we jump off the call, there's going to be something that we completely forgot to share, but that's an overview of the tool. That's how it works. I know the next question will be, okay, well, what's it going to cost for me? I'll show you on our site and you can look up as well. So this tool here, if you are a single pad facility, the cost is $100 a month, billed annually. You can have as many users as you want, includes your training, your setup, a caliper. In Canada, they're a bit more expensive to source. They're about $150, $175. In the States, they're $75. You buy the caliper outright. For every additional sheet of ice, it's an additional $50 a month. So $1,800 a year for 2 sheets of ice, all the training, all the setup. So rule of thumb, your first, doesn't matter if you have multiple buildings, it's for the organization. So your first sheet of ice is $100 a month. Doesn't matter if it's a single mom and pop facility or a 20,000 seat arena. Also doesn't matter if your ice is in 9 months, 6 months, a year. We store and house your data. So you just pay that annual subscription to store it, access trends. And then every additional sheet, so every second sheet, from your second sheet onwards, it's additional $50 a month. So you start to see that increased savings for every additional sheet. And the value of the trends, the reports, the analytics is mind-blowing that you can achieve. We are offering a 1-month free trial. So if you're interested after this, you can email us info@marmak.ca. You can email me. There will be a survey. You just have to click yes that you want to access the 1-month free trial, and I'll follow up with you. We are doing a number of in-person demos and presentations. So this has not been announced yet, but middle of October, if any of you folks are in the Eastern Ontario region, the Sensplex, they have 9 rinks there, and they're using this at all 9 sheets since February. They've seen awesome stuff. So we're going to host an in-person presentation similar to this. They'll go out on the ice and do an ice step check. You can watch them do it. And it'll be a pretty fun afternoon or a morning that we'll have the sessions at. So if you're in that region, look out for an email with this information. We're really excited about the tool that we've built. This is all built on our RFAM software, which is a enterprise solution that does equipment inventory, inspections, work orders, life cycle planning. It's a very, very detailed tool, but we've built this to really boil it all down and give ice rinks the key functions they need to operate and manage their ice. And then if they feel comfortable using digital tools on their ice, they can branch out and use other functions. But what we've seen here is in 10, 15 minutes of training, your staff can start using it. And we've got rinks that have done like 500 flood cut logs and plant readings with us not even meeting them and just doing a 15-minute training session. So flood cut log, new flood cut. Here's a sample right here. I'll just make it small so it looks like it's on a phone. There you go. You can pick the rink, sorry, the building, the rink, what was the previous program, what ice resurfacer. You can put in the name of your ice resurfacer if you want. You can change the name of your rinks as well based on sponsors, the hours on your ice resurfacer, battery percentage 100%, finished at 90, snow and dump tank 1/4, water used 3/8, type of flood, flood only, press save. That then stores to the cloud. You did a flood cut log in 5 seconds, and then you can see all of your results here. Put this up on a TV as opposed to a book that you will got to walk over and see, did they fill it in, did they not, and see all of your cuts for the day, for the week, for the month, all listed cleanly in one spot, detailed, organized, done. That's our tool. That's our system. Thank you all for joining. If you have questions and comments, feel free to leave them. We want it to be brief, keep it within a half hour. We did so. If you want a more in-depth demo, you can reach out to me and we can schedule something, but we'd love to work with each and every one of you and show you this awesome tool and give you the opportunity to get in your hands to try for yourselves at your own facility. I know I spoke way too much, but thank you again all for joining us. And if there's any questions, feel free to share it right now in the Q&A or in the chat, I believe, and happy to address it. Have a hand raised by Darren. Darren, I'll allow you to talk. Let's see it. I'll see how this works. There we go. I think if you unmute. I can ask you to unmute. There we go.
There we go. Does that work? That work?
Yep.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hi. How are you? Well, I'm north of Belleville, Ontario, a little place called Ivanhoe, cheese country. We're the largest solar installer in Canada. We also do quite a few large battery projects, and we also have a residential battery project. I went to train down in La Crosse, Wisconsin, about a month ago, and saw a fully operational system that they basically have a thermal battery, and it works both as the ice chiller portion as well as the heating portion, depending on what time of year, of course, it is for them. But they've installed it at the Belleville Bulls Arena, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it from a standpoint of, have you heard of this installation, pros and cons? That sort of stuff. We do a lot of electric batteries, but I've always loved the concept of storing electricity in the form of water, cold and hot. So any comments on that?
No, I haven't heard of it. If you want to send me an email if you have some more information, I'd love to learn about it. We deal with a couple of other organizations in the industry, and we can share it and kind of look into it and see how it affects quality of ice and ice operations.
Yeah, for us, it's about electricity usage, right? What happens when you install a heat pump system, your electricity goes up almost by double. So the size of the solar project gets larger as well. So that's our interest. Plus, we started in green energy in 2009 in ground source heat pumps. So we've always had a warm spot for heat pumps. Can we talk afterwards? I'd like to talk more about this. So can you schedule a call with me, not today, but later tomorrow, sometime in the
Yeah,
afternoon would be great.
happy to do so. So for
Uh,
anybody here, there's my email in the chat. And you can just reach out and we can schedule a time to follow up.
I can't right now because I'm driving. If you could take my email
Okay,
down,
will do.
it's
I'll look for it in
it's
the registration.
okay. Great, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks, Darren. You too.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. Bye.
Okay, so thank you, Darren. We've got a few questions, which is awesome. I'll look through some of these. So one, Jeff, are you looking at developing an infrared depth gun? Good question. So we will see. I know a few organizations that are working on one or looking into it. We want to check the quality of it. We've heard different stories of, there's some that are out there that the angle is off, or if it's not directly on the ice, or it bounces off a textile, or the paint, how accurate is going to be, or if you have a sand floor. We only want to put stuff out that works, functioning, and we can 100% back and support. In chats with organizations like Zamboni, they said, hey, nothing will beat drilling, which we agree, but we also know most people don't want to drill. So we're looking into that. I do know an organization that has sensors in the rafters. You do need to have 29 sensors, which can get costly. However, the technology he's tested for about a year at a rink in Alberta, and it's given phenomenal results where they will go and drill and the reading will be the exact same as these sensors that he calibrates and sets up. So I'd say we're on the right track and we're getting close, but as of today, is something there? Unfortunately not. But what we found is the Bluetooth caliper with a tablet left at the gate in your drill is a fast, accurate, and reliable source. Thank you, Jeff. Let me know if I've answered that question. Jeremy, can you show what the plant reading logs look like? Sure. Let me show you quickly. So we have a new version coming out for it in the next week or two, but I can show you the existing version. I'm just going into the back end here. Sorry, that must have changed. Just to show you quickly. So we're adding more information to it in the new version we're releasing because folks said, hey, we want to collect oil levels and other information, although we don't want to get it too complicated or bogged down. We want to make it as streamlined and simple as possible. But I said we have it, so I'll show you. So this is the example here. So you can do it on a phone. We do it based on the ice pads, then you can tie it back to the ice thickness and all the other information tied to the rink, as opposed to if you have multiple plants, because plants can service multiple rinks and that can cause a headache. Inside conditions, outside conditions, our new version, we're potentially looking to integrate it with a API for like the weather network. So based on your address, it'll automatically fill that in. So you don't have to go and fill it in every time. Water quality, TDS, water temperature, ice plant supply return, slab surface set point, your compressor hours, glycol, brine. We will add again some additional features, but we want to keep it as simple and clean as possible. And with folks like yourselves coming on board, we can collaborate and determine what does that look like. But this is live. People are using this. We're enhancing and releasing a V2 of this shortly. Jeremy, let me know if that worked for you. Scott, I joined the conversation. I joined late to do conversion setup. Will the stream be replayable? Yes, Scott. So this is all being recorded. We'll post it on YouTube. We'll send it out. Thank you. And if you want to schedule for you and I to chat and follow up, we'd be happy to do so. And how many users can one subscription have, i.e. logins? As many as you want. Go crazy. You are good to go. You pay the annual subscription and all of your staff can be signed on, ready to go. Jeff is good. Hey, Zach, is there a preferred browser that works best for Sub-Zero? Great question. So what we found is Chrome works best. I believe Safari works as well. There's, iPhone 8, iPhone 16, depends which one you're on. Chrome works the best, but we work with you. So if you email me saying, hey, I'm on Mozilla Firefox or Edge and it's not working, you just reach out. We'll set you up with the right stuff you need and you'll be good to go. So that's good. Thank you for the questions, folks. If there are any more, feel free to ask, but thank you for each and every one of you for joining. We're really excited, as I've said 1,000 times, for what this is and what this will be. To clarify, we have a template for 29 points, the ability to do 37, because some certain buildings need to have 37 for some reports that they need to submit, and 52, some rinks like to get a little bit more detailed. So all those layouts are there, accessible. They will be ready for you. and a dashboard to view all of that information and look back a week, a month, a year, and pull up any of those readings at any point in time. So thank you again for everybody. Phenomenal to have each and every one of you join us. And if you're interested in learning more, feel free to follow up. I just went over that half hour. I apologize. But again, thank you for everyone's time and thank you for joining us. Can you put the website back up for the free trial? Okay. So this is it. Nothing crazy. Just to answer for you, Stephen, when you go to leave this Zoom meeting, it'll come up with a quick survey that'll just say, would you like a free trial, yes or not at this time? If you put yes, I'll have a list of people that say yes, and I can follow up with an email just to get you going. Or you can email us directly at info@marmac.ca and you will be good to go. If that is all, thank you very much, folks. And hope to hear from you over the next few weeks and would love an opportunity to collaborate. Enjoy the rest of your day.